We got a couple of minutes till. Don, will you please lead us in prayer? We'll get started.
Thank you for this time. Let us all conduct ourselves in a Christ-like manner. Thank you for loving us, and even through this, we magnify your kingdom. Be with the sick and afflicted, and I thank for everyone here tonight. We ask in thy precious name. Amen.
Amen. If you would remain standing, we'll support allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
Okay. All right, I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Lucy, would you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. Myrtle. Here. Eugene.
Here.
Mayor Seth.
Here.
Brenda Love. Here. John.
Here.
Steve.
Here.
Mayor, you have 4.
All right, thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody to our monthly council meeting. And if you have a cell phone, we greatly appreciate that you mute or turn them off for the duration of the meeting. All right, at the conclusion of our business, we will open the floor for comments, public comments or questions. So if you would please hold them until then. Okay, let's go ahead and review the minutes from the regular meeting on March the 11th.
Okay. Okay, March the 11th, 2019. Mayor Seth called to order the regular meeting of the council at 7 p.m. on March the 11th, 2018 in the town hall. The invocation was given by Don Hagel. The Pledge of Allegiance was cited by all. The roll call was had. The following persons were present. Mayor Arthur Seth, Councilors Mo Van Cleef, Brenda Lowe, John Keenan, and Steve Brewer. Eugene Kylie was absent. The minutes from February meeting were read. A motion was made to accept them as read. That was made by John Keenan and seconded by Steve Brewer. Motion carried. Financial reports for February were given. A motion to accept them was made by Myrtle Van Cleef and seconded by Steve Brewer. Under old business, I reported that I had resubmitted a work order to Alabama Power Company for repair of street lights that were still out, lights 2, 11, and 18. Also, the wire hanging from the pole at County Line Road and Ivy Lane intersection is still hanging. And the drain covering Green Acres is still broken. Mayor Seth reported that an alternative to our front door digital lock is to install a lockbox on the back door for the sheriff deputies to access our building. Lowe's cost would range from $99 to $219 plus installation. Mayor Seth is still going to contact Jefferson County Commissioner Knight about the road maintenance. The same type agreement we have with Blount County. A load of 3/4 inch crusher run limestone from Madison Materials delivered to Town Street would cost about $425. The new bank account for moving Blount County forward funds has been set up. The funds received and going forward will go there. Under old business, a letter of appreciation and a certificate were given to, read and given to our previous town clerk, Brenda Fruitbar. Mayor Seth noted that EMA pro rata share bill was to be disputed based on population and Blount County should not be included, but agreed to send payment for the warning siren maintenance fee of $342. Mayor Seth suggested purchasing a CD at the bank from monies in the general fund. It was put before the council, discussion was had, and the mayor is to get more information. The mayor also is to increase the tipping fee on the resolution. He offered to increase the tipping fee on the resolution. Discussion was had, Steve Brewer asked to have this tabled, and John King seconded. Mayor Self read a resolution from the state of Alabama concerning an increase in motor fuel tax. There was no support from the council and no motion was made. A motion to adjourn was made by Myrtle Binkley on the second and seconded by Brenda Lowe. Motion carried, meeting adjourned at 8:30. Respectfully yours, Lucy K. Kylie.
All right, any questions or comments on the March 11th regular council meeting minutes? Okay, please go ahead and proceed to the minutes for the special call meeting on March 18th.
Special meeting of March 18th, 2019, the mayor self called to order the special meeting of the council at 7 p.m. on March 18th, 2019 in the town hall. The invocation was given by Don Hagel. The pledge of allegiance was recited by Hall. The roll call was had. The following persons were present: Mayor Arthur Self, Councilors Myrtle Binkley, Eugene Kylie, Brenda Love, John King, and Steve Brewer were present. Mayor Self suggested that the town get legal representation during the entire landfill application process. This is to ensure that we are abiding by the state statutes. A motion was made by Brenda Lowe to hire an attorney, and this was seconded by Myrtle Binkley. Motion carried. Plans were made to have a public hearing on April 22nd and to rent a space. It was decided to check with the Jefferson County to get a deputy for the public hearing and pay him also. He will oversee crowd control and enforce fire marshal occupancy restrictions. Discussion was had to rent a speaker system for those for the public hearing. John made a motion to do so, Brenda seconded. The vote was unanimous. A motion to adjourn was made by John King and seconded by Myrtle Binkley. Motion approved. Meeting adjourned at 7:35. Respectfully yours, Lucy Cowden.
All right, any questions or comments or corrections?
Okay, on the first one, the meeting, March 11th, that should have been March 11th, 2019 in the town hall.
Oh, down in my, on the,
On
line
call to
two.
order.
yeah, I see that. I'm using a form from the last one, and when I do, I forget to change those dates sometimes. I catch the first part, but, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I've been put to sleep since then.
Any other corrections or comments? All right, do we have a motion to accept the corrections?
I make a motion to accept the corrections.
I'll second.
All right, Steve made the motion, seconded by Eugene. All in favor? All right, unanimous. All right, let's go to the financial reports. And the first one will be the general fund. The beginning balance was $36,509.60. Ending balance is $22,972.22. And there was money taken out of the general fund and deposited into the moving Blount County forward. That's why the big drop.
Yes, sir, you will notice there's at the top of the page to the council's pointed out to the council that that 10,000 hit it.
Alright. The next is the 4, 5, and 6 account. Beginning balance $8,560.80. Ending balance $8,483.60. Okay. Alright, the next is the capital improvements fund. This beginning and ending balance, $8,118.32. The 2 and 7 road account. Beginning balance was $8,992.92. Ending balance, $8,930.12. And the last account is our Blunt County Ford account. The beginning balance was $0. Ending balance, $11,972.56. Any questions, comments, or corrections on the financial reports? Okay. Do we have a motion to accept as read?
I make a motion that we accept them as read.
Steve second?
John.
John. Okay, all in favor? All right, unanimous. Okay. All right, we have no reports to standing committees or special committees or report from officers. We're going into the old business. Have we had any additional contact from Alabama Power Company about the remaining lights that were out?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Does that one include the one on the Poplar Hill by Curtis's house?
No, there's 2, 11, and 18. I've been,
He said it hasn't been fixed.
Alright.
Still has the
I'll
below.
check them out.
Yes,
I need a accurate list of which ones need to
do you
be
know the number on it?
paid.
He said
Yeah.
somebody marked it with red tape, but Alabama Power hasn't been out there.
Yeah, tied ribbon, or construction ribbon around all the poles that needed attention, needed repairs. So, we've got a map in the office, we can look to see which one it is.
Okay.
That's the one right at the bottom of the hill.
That's the entrance to my driveway.
Okay.
The light works, it just, the globe's broke and gone.
Okay, yeah. I forget how much number that is, but yeah, we reported that some time ago that the dome was missing and just bare bones. Okay, all right. All right, no change with the hanging wire. The drain cover in Green Acres has been replaced. We found it, take this one off the agenda. Okay, no additional information for the digital lock this month. I haven't had an opportunity to do anything else with it. All right, on Town Street, talked to Alabama, or to Jefferson County's Road and Transportation Department, the Ketona Camp, I think is what they call it. And I'm getting, being routed to somebody else to talk to them about repair. They don't wanna do it, bottom line. And so I'm gonna talk to somebody else to see why not.
Is that not in Blount County?
Now, Town Street right here,
Or but I thought it might be in Blount County, I don't know where the county was.
Cayenne is in the S curve.
Would Commissioner Knight not be the one to?
Now they have a different structure in Blount County.
Oh, okay.
But I have another contact number and I will pursue it. But there's nothing new to add at this point. On to the next item was the purchase of CDs with money from the general fund.
I've been thinking about that, and, you know, we talked about trying to save enough money to get a, storm shelter. And if we put the town's money in CDs and then we need it for something, we're gonna have to pay a penalty to get it out.
But that's why I was saying, we don't put it all in one type, we put it in short term and long term. And the shortest term I've found was 11 months. And
Well, have you checked on the interest?
yeah, and their interest depending on the bank, like Cadence Bank, for 11-month CD, interest rate is 2.55% for 11 months. And Cadence also is a 2-year was 2.4%, but a 5-year was 1.5%. People's Bank is a bank that we use for other accounts. 1-year CD with them was 0.3% for a year.
Well, has anybody checked to see how Warrior got their,
Matching funds,
well, I thought, didn't you say that they didn't have to do matching funds?
They didn't, but he's only giving me a little bit at a time because he's trying to get another one. He didn't want to give me the full rundown until he gets it.
generally, if we did get it, some kind of grant, there is generally a requirement for a matching fund. And I don't know exactly how much that is, it would be 10%, 5%. I don't know.
Well, can we check into that before we vote on the CD?
Well, what we would need to do in that case is hire a grant writer to apply for a grant. And obtaining a grant is not a overnight thing, it takes months to do.
I know, but as many tornadoes as we're having now, and most everybody in this town lives in a trailer.
Mhm.
And if we could take part of that money, or all of it if we have to, that we can take to get a storm shelter for the town.
There's nothing wrong with that, but this money sitting in our account is not earning anything. And I think even if we put it in 11 months, and that was one of the most attractive rates anyway, the 2.55%. There was only one other rate that was higher, but it was a 5-year, and it was 3%. But yes, rather the short term or 1 year or less was 2.55 from Cadence. People's Bank was 0.3%. Traditions Bank was 1.15%. Compass was 1.9. to it.
You're fine.
We can,
Thank you.
that's the information, we don't have to act on it tonight, unless you want to. It's up to the council.
How much, excuse me, how much was you going to take for this? I mean,
Well, I was thinking we could, probably safely invest $10,000. I was thinking 5 in the short term and 5 in the longer term.
But is
But,
the short term paying more than?
Well, that was my thinking before I checked the rates.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, this 11-month CD is 2.55, and that's about the best rate on any length.
Well, 11 months is not that long.
No.
I mean, you couldn't get a grant with
Yeah.
process.
At 2.55, even if we did 11 months, we could access the money when we needed it, if we needed it,
Have
in
access.
short term.
But you have to pay a penalty, don't
Well, if it's after 11 months, no. But I don't think anything will get done less than 11 months, honestly.
You checked on money market,
Hmm.
decided to say do the money market, where you can get it in and out. I don't think
No,
they don't pay nothing,
I didn't check on money markets, I was just checking for CDs. So, all right, like I said, we don't have to act on it. It's just information that I'm supposed to bring back to the council. We can, carry this over and we'll bring it up next month. Give y'all some time to think about it. And, whether you act or not.
all right,
Okay, next item I had, under old business was, I did contact Republic Services about the trash going out of the trucks. County administrator gave me the, person's name to contact with complaints and issues. His name is Gary Pate, and I have a phone number. Anyway, he did pass that, he was supposed to pass that information on to the supervisors about, and caution truck drivers to pack the, whatever they call it, prior to taking off down the road. So, but I would encourage, if anybody does see something like that,
Call me,
I've got the number
call me.
and we'll have it available for you. Okay, and the last item I had under old business was, as a result of a special call meeting on March the 18th, we hired Alex Smith to represent the town during the entire landfill application process. So we have made contact and, he is going to represent the towns for that. All right. Any questions or comments? All right. Under new business, I have forgotten about it till this month, but everybody needs to file their statement of economic interest. If you have not already done so, it's due by the end of this month. All council members and clerk have to file that. Bring that up to you. There is no action for the council there, except individually. Okay. Yeah, next new business item is the public hearing for the R&T Tire Light Recycling Landfill application will be held in the Fellowship Hall at Love's Crossing Church of God, which is just a quarter of a mile down the street here. It was the only facility that was willing to let us have the public hearing in their facilities. And it's gonna be big, should be plenty large enough. It has a capacity of 200, so it's much better than our 44 or 42 that we have here. So again, it's gonna be at the Love's Crossing Church of God, which if you go a quarter mile down the street here, and turn left. It's the only building on that street, Love Avenue.
What
And it will be on April the 22nd at 7 p.m.
is it in a specific building?
There's just one big building, but it's gonna be in Fellowship Hall. We'll try to get signs posted directing where to, where to go. Okay. Again, that's April 22nd, 7 o'clock. And at the conclusion of the public hearing, there will be a recess. About when we resume, we will be holding a special call council meeting for the, to vote yea or nay for the application. Everybody, I want everybody to know that it's going to be a special call meeting after the public hearing in the same location. I don't know what time that will be, but hopefully no later than 9 o'clock. It just depends on how long our public hearing takes. Okay. Questions, comments? Okay. One of the other new items that I do want to address, even though we haven't got all our streetlights taken care of or repairs done yet, I want to bring to the council to see what the council thinks about turning on the remaining lights that we shut off when we first came in the office.
I make a
7
motion
years
to
ago.
turn them on.
I'll second it.
Alright, have a motion and a second to turn on the remaining lights. All in favor? Alright, motion carried, unanimous. So, we'll get the list of the remaining numbers and, contact Alabama Power and have the lights turned back on. Alright, I have no other new business, the council have anything? As far as new business goes? The last item I do have on my agenda is the, landfill ordinance. The tipping fee landfill ordinance that we tabled, at the last meeting. Do we have, does the council want to bring it back to the table or
Yeah, bring it back.
bring back to the table? Okay. And dig out. All right. Discussions.
My discussion on it is that somewhere, if this passes or don't pass, I'd like the tipping fee up if this ever comes up again.
Okay. The way this one is written, and our current business license, ordinance has tipping fees set at 50 cents per ton. What is the council feeling, what does the council want to raise it to?
We raise it to $2. I raise it to $2.
Okay, any other discussions?
Is this just for this?
For landfills and general landfill tipping fees. Right, in our existing business ordinance, we have ordinance was passed 2011 or so, that established a tipping fee for landfills in general, but it was set for 50 cents per ton. And Steve's recommending $2 a ton. Any other? Discussion, comment?
Not for me, that's all I wanted, I just,
All right. Do we have a motion to, we have read this at a previous meeting, but at the previous meeting, it was read at 50 cents per ton. Council wants to change that to $22 per ton. All right, do we have a motion to make the change to the ordinance?
I'll make a motion that we change it.
All right. We've got a motion, we have a second.
I'll go ahead and say.
Hmm?
I'll say.
All right. Steve made the motion. John has seconded to make the change to $2. All right, all in favor of $2 tipping fee? All right, 3 yeas, nays, 3. Yea or
This
nay?
is not a vote, I mean, this is not where we'll vote, this is just a
This
raise
is just a
ticket fee
tax,
if it goes in or if it don't go in.
yeah,
And if it goes in, it's a tipping fee, that's all that's for, right?
right. We're not approving,
And that-
this is not an approval of the dump at all. It's just establishing a fee.
But, I mean, we ran on the platform, no dumps in county line.
Right,
So if we vote on this, then we're saying that, you know, we're going against what we ran for. You know,
well, right now it's split. Unless somebody wants to change their vote, yea or nay.
We're not really going against anything or for anything, it's just saying that if this is brought back to the table again, we're asking for a $2 tipping fee instead of 50 cents a ton. That's all it is, right? That's it.
It's not voting.
Is this an
That's
ordinance, this is an ordinance establishing a tipping fee
Tipping fee.
for. But again, there's 3 yeas. And I'm assuming 3 no's. Nay? Nay or nay? Has not carried.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know which is better or worse. I don't understand it though.
Okay. That was all I have on the agenda. Does anybody have anything? Council?
this gentleman wanted to say something a while ago.
Yeah, and
You can do your money market and get you 1.75%, and you can do it however you wanna do it and take your money in and out.
where's that at?
You can do it at South Point Bank, 'cause I just did one last week, and you get 1.75%. And it's not, you ain't gotta leave in there no 11 months, you can take it anytime you want to. And they're paying the most right now.
Alright, appreciate that, I will call them and check on that. Alright, did everything else? Anybody else? Yes, Martin?
I got a couple of items I need to ask about. He's talking about taking money out of the general fund, put it in a CD. Well, it may be good, but won't you do something constructive for the community, like count the residents that's in the community and maybe pay the fire dues? Like, we got a lot of people in the community right now struggling, you know? I know y'all give Dallas Cell in the last couple of years the money. So why can't y'all take that, what you go put in a CD and help the citizens of Caroline? Be constructive. If you wanna help the Caroline, the citizens, pay the fire dues for the people.
I will have to check on that. I don't know whether I don't know that we can. But, I have to check to see.
Next item will be, talking about gravel for this, over here. How much was that price on that, Lucy?
It was $4.25 delivered, and that was 3/4 crusher limestone.
Has anybody else thought about giving the man an opportunity on Caroline Road to bid on it? You know, he might wanna bid on it. Right here in the community.
I just haven't I didn't have his number. You're talking about the man at the end, down toward the end of the road, Grant, Mr. Grant?
Do
Is
what?
that him? Grant. I don't have his number.
Grant.
Do what?
Mr. Grant.
Well, I don't know who it is.
Is it the man with the dump truck down the road?
I guess that's who it is, hauling it. And another thing, security, talk about paying the deputy to be at Love Crossing that night.
Say again?
Talking about paying a Blount County or Jefferson County deputy on the 22nd to be in there. Well, Love Crossing got their own security team, so why would you want to pay somebody? And the man that's over it, ex-FBI man, and I believe he could probably body slam everybody here and go on about his business, you know.
No deputy has been contracted yet, or, we're not paying anybody at this point. So, no, I haven't, don't have any security set up for Love's Crossing.
Well, I would hope that everybody would be personable enough that we wouldn't even need a deputy.
Amen.
We're gonna have
Amen.
the,
You needed one the last time. You needed one the last time.
Have you reached out?
there's plenty of parking at Love's Crossing, and the facility is large enough that, we don't have to have a deputy at the door counting heads here like we had to have last time. Anyway, right now, we don't have any deputies contracted, and not planning to at this point. Anybody else?
Miss Brenda, I will try to get you some more information by next meeting on that, if it will come off of it. He's slowly giving me bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Um,
There has to be somewhere where you give the information.
I'll try to him up again and see if they'll give me some more information on it.
Thank you.
All right, yes, sir.
You have a problem getting out from where this landfill is supposed to be. You're gonna have a lot of people mad any way you come out of there. Would you entertain the thought of putting a landfill up here across from WCA?
No, we're not in the landfill business.
Would
We
you
are not.
entertain the thought of giving approval like you're talking about doing? Or not giving it, whichever.
Mhm.
Would you entertain the thought of it if I wanted to put a landfill up there?
The
A tire
application
dump and
process
C
is
and
the
D?
same regardless of who applies.
Okay. Okay. That way you wouldn't be on either one of these roads that the people are mad about.
Mhm.
And I don't reckon there's ever been any fires up there from right across the road. They take tires and they never had any fires there.
Yeah, no. All right. Anybody else?
I have a question about the tipping fee that you guys are talking about. If it does go through, would you guys be able to vote again on that tipping fee, or is this it right here? Because I would rather than pay $2.50 than just 50 cents. I mean, I would think anybody would want that.
It depends on where you want any money coming in or not. Cause there ain't nobody coming at $2
I mean,
or $2.50, whatever.
it's obvious that I don't want the dump. I've said that. But I would much rather than pay $2 than 50 cents. Cause the $2 is gonna help a lot better than 50 cents.
You're never gonna get it.
That's what Steve's.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to say, so I was just trying to.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna get dumped on, why
Yeah.
not get paid for it?
And
That's all
I
I'm trying to
understand
say.
you guys saying.
Yeah, but
that
it's
you
not you
want
that's
one
getting
dump,
dumped on.
You know, no more dump.
It's not you that's getting
I
dumped
love
on.
that.
You're telling
What are
everybody
the
else what
guys,
they
please?
can do.
One at a time.
We are getting dumped on up there. I mean, they put tires out in the middle of nowhere out there, gonna eat up with mosquitoes. Right now, right up the road.
No, you're not
Maybe
being
stop
dumped
that.
on. That's somebody else.
But what
It's
did
in
you
our
do to stop
neighborhood
that?
too, just like
Yeah.
it's gonna be in their neighborhood,
Where's your neighborhood?
Green Acres.
Right.
Mhm.
That's a long way from up there.
From,
All right, the lady in the back, please.
All right, my question is then, if you're gonna charge a tipping fee, how are you gonna know are they gonna be weighing, do they have scales?
No,
Because
no, they're
if
not.
they don't, then how are you gonna be assured that you're getting the correct amount of money?
Right.
So if they were gonna have a set of scales, I could see how you could be sure you're gonna get that money.
There will
But
be
it-
scales in place.
If there's not
That's
scales,
not what they
then-
said.
They,
B&B's on the honor system as well, and nobody's had a problem with that
Oh,
whatsoever.
maybe they
Honor
have.
system.
B&B landfill has been an honor system for years. And
That's right, they have. And they don't know if they got what they's due or not.
I would
That's exactly
I would
right.
rather be assured if you were gonna vote it in that there was a set of scales that weighed everything going in and out. I don't agree with honor system when it comes to business.
I'm afraid they would fall back on the, B&B as an example. They don't have a scale, but they base it on the number of tires of certain sizes.
Yeah, tires coming in there and then going back out. How would you keep up with it?
It's,
Do we get money from B&B?
well, the other thing I say is that, according to the way things, the way it should work, if we have the ability to audit at any time,
A lot of
Unannounced.
paperwork.
all the.
Every time a tire comes in, every time a tire goes out.
Mhm.
But the whole thing is back then, we didn't have a say in how that was set up. If you're gonna have a say in how this is set up, then you need to have scales put in so you're assured that the town benefits from it and they're not screwed in the process. And if you're in on the down floor, we weren't on that up there.
You go back to talking about, I guess you're talking about that strip cut way up yonder.
Yeah.
And talking about this strip cut way down here. Nobody wants a landfill, nobody. But you got one up there on County Road, they gonna put it 400 feet in the air. Nobody has said a word about it. Nobody has mentioned about it in the town. But yet somebody, like John David just said, that's a county road up there. And I checked out some things on when I worked for Jefferson County. I was involved in landfill. You got to cover tires every night, just like you do garbage. And yeah, I know it could be my back door, but you know what? They hauling tires on Deans Ferry Road as I speak right now. Ain't nobody said nothing about that. So what's going on here?
Is that property that they're,
Huh?
is the property they're putting them on in county line?
It's in Carolina, the town of Trafford. One of the
Oh,
two.
it's in
It's got to be one of the two.
either
Cause
or.
the guy in it, both, and some of it's Carolina, some of it's Trafford, so why ain't somebody down there checking where these tires going? If they don't want a landfill, so why not do something about that?
Now, the landfill up here on County Line Road, the big landfill is not in our city limits. It's in, if we had police, it would be in our police
I think
jurisdiction.
he's talking about outside of this,
Yeah,
you're saying that somebody's dumping tires right here now?
Yes,
Is what you're saying?
yes.
yeah.
What? Well, that's the first I had heard of that myself.
You don't,
If it is,
once you move to Deans Ferry Road, every one of you go down there and live for about a month, and y'all see what's going on, then you'll have some, you know what we're talking about.
well, if it is, get with me so I can get the information. Because that's the first I have heard of it, of any dumping going on right now. There shouldn't be any, there's nobody permitted to dump tires down Deans Ferry Road or anywhere else in County Line or Trafford, as far as that goes. But I can't act on something I don't know about.
Are you willing to show the mayor where it is?
Yeah, I'll take them down there tonight if you want to.
Has anybody got an idea on how this land goes for the zoning?
So,
Does anybody know exactly how the zoning for this land goes, that they're supposedly gonna be done? It's zoned into county line, right? It's annexed part of county line?
but it is County Line, but it's agricultural. And if anything, right now,
Okay, I have one concern. My only concern that I have about the whole thing. Y'all know that I try to do my best and we try to do our best at the House Central to help y'all out. What are we gonna do when they annex this place in Trafford? Is it possible? Can they jump and annex this thing into Trafford and then Trafford get the money off of it? Cause I don't know, I can't figure it out.
Okay, you need to go ask Trafford, because about 8 years ago, there was a state legislature voted on a town cannot cross county boundaries. Like County Line was set up, John David, what year, what, 1957? You remember?
I think so too.
Yes.
1957, Jefferson County and Blount County. Well, Trafford annexed some property over the Jefferson County line in the Blount County line. The legislature voted on it that no township could go over the boundaries of the county, because I was involved in a lawsuit in 2000, I believe it's 12. Mr. Reed might refresh me on this, that Town of Warrior were gonna annex Smoker Eyes and all that in the city of Warrior. And the probate judge at the time of Blount County fought it, and the legislature voted on that town could not go over the boundaries. If I'm wrong, you correct me on it, okay?
I don't know, that's what I'm
If y'all
asking.
find out I'm wrong, I'll stand to be corrected. But I know they stopped Warrior from going over into Blount County.
I think Trafford has already annexed property in Blount County.
Huh?
Trafford has already annexed several years ago, before, prior to 2012, had annexed property in Blount County into Trafford. So I don't know if that's, I don't know whether it's state statute to prevent that or not.
Mr.
I'd
Sheriff,
have to, I'd have to seek legal counsel on that.
Wow, I got a thing, guys. I'm not gonna give legal advice tonight. I'm just here as a concerned citizen.
As a concerned citizen, could that turn around and bite us in the rear end?
Wow.
Understood.
A lot of things we can figure out.
Cause you know, I've got an odd standpoint, cause regardless, if it was to somehow go to Trafford, I gotta still protect it, cause it's still my fire code, regardless.
I'll tell you, from what I've heard, you can't do it.
I don't think so either. But I'm unsure.
I'm not an attorney.
What do you mean can't do it?
Too bad we don't
Can't annex it in? Can't annex it in?
From what I've been told, you can't
That's what I
go
was told.
across, just like Mr. Calvin back there said.
That's a question that came in, I can't answer tonight. I have to check with the legal advice on that to see, Bobby, you had something?
Yeah, you were talking about, your funds and talking about, tornado shelter. You know, I may be wrong about this, but we went through, Kawaka. And it's an organization and they donate money for good causes. And I don't know what their rules are now, but we put weather siren at Dallas Sellfield Fire Station. My grandson put for his Eagle Scout project, he got a grant from Kawaka to put the picnic tables at the fire station. And we put a $5,000, got a $5,000 grant and put a weather siren at Old Philadelphia Church. And you might go through the state, I know the state representative has something to do with it because it was a state representative that helped us out. And I guess that's Mr. Standage, who they wanted to talk to. It's Kawaka, I don't even know what all Kawaka stands for, but they helped us a lot, so. I wanted to let you know that, to ask you, when you was talking about the annexing and stuff, did y'all adopt the Blount County subdivision rules?
No.
None? You think that'll help in a lot of situations, kind of clean up the area, you know, where the reason I'm saying this is that a couple of weeks ago, I saw a sign up on the strip mine area that says, welcome to something, trailer court. They're just gonna put a trailer court out in the middle of nowhere. And I just wondered if it was wise to not adopt those Blount County subdivision rules. I guess Jeff could probably, yeah, I know you don't want to advise, but he might be able to fill you in on some of that stuff. I don't know.
Not
Thank
tonight.
No, I have not read that, that recently passed, wasn't it? Or renewed?
It's been a couple of years, I think.
It's been in for a while, but I do think there's, I think y'all may be one of the only towns left, maybe, cities that maybe haven't adopted it. I think I don't wanna say for sure, but I bet 98% has just adopted the county's. Lotusworth has.
Being approached for
But if you do that, nobody can just come in here and throw up trailers or throw up houses on a couple acres of land. There's certain rules. You'd probably have to have curb and gutter. And it saves you from, if you have a piece of land beside a cow pasture and somebody buys a cow pasture and comes in and does something, and here you are with your house and, you know.
We've been here for about 30 years, 30 some on, and we fought landfills and dumps and stuff the whole time we've been here. And there's a lot of good land down here. Everybody throws rocks at all this strip mining and stuff, but it's beautiful when you get up there and look around. You can see for miles off of one of the rises up there. And I'm not so sure that we're hurting ourselves, and not just us, but our children and our grandchildren. And that's why I fight landfills. I think they can be somewhere else, you know, and, just like tires coming into Alabama and they won't take them somewhere else.
What about somebody that's got property that they would like to put one on, and you can tell them that they cannot do what they want to with their property, even if they're abiding by the law?
Yeah, I understand, and
But no, you don't understand.
I'm just saying, protect what we got.
Yeah, but that ain't yours.
Well,
What I'm talking about,
well,
I'm talking about my property, not
Can you
yours.
give me a copy of that,
And that's
subdivision?
the same way, that's the same way of
I'm
these
back,
people.
Mayor.
They don't want one up here because it's too close to them. But they can come over there and run your road then.
I think
yeah,
one
But
point,
that's,
I understand.
that's
Let me
not,
say one more thing about this landfill. I can take you to a place right now where there's a subdivision set on top of a landfill.
Oh, yes.
I'm talking about $350,000 houses. I take you two places
All of
within
them.
30 miles of this radius right here, that they $350,000 houses sitting on a landfill. It caught on fire, and I was involved in covering it up. We dumped church, water. Years later, they went in there and built houses on it. And I can take you right to the place on both of them.
well, come the 22nd, and you can make those comments then, because tonight is not gonna do you any.
I know it ain't.
But come on the 22nd, and that's what the hearing is for us to hear what you have to say. And we're not gonna take any action tonight, so, but I do encourage you to come on the 22nd. We welcome you. That's why we've got a bigger location, and so that we could accommodate whoever comes. Yes?
Mayor, I will address that subdivision thing just to let you know. The county doesn't have any authority to come inside the corporate limits and regulate subdivisions. Only the town does, so. But I'll be glad to get you forward you a copy of those regulations for y'all
Appreciate
to
it.
review.
Okay. Any other questions or comments about the business meeting tonight?
I don't think that y'all answered the question when I asked if y'all could vote on that $2 thing again, or I just didn't understand.
But, it's already been acted on tonight. We'll take it up in the next meeting.
So would that be the 22nd meeting when y'all have
No.
the special one?
We'll have a special call meeting following the public hearing,
Right.
but the only thing that we will, address at that meeting is the vote for the application.
Okay, so it would be the next regular meeting, but you
Next-
guys could vote on
It'd
that
be
if it
in,
passes.
the May meeting. Don't know what date that's gonna be. It'll be the, second
Don has
Monday
got
of May.
plenty of pictures of
But
houses
I'm
right
just
beside
asking,
that
y'all could
landfill,
vote
trust me.
to raise it to $2.
He's got a bunch of them, I took them to give them to.
Quiet please. Come in.
I'm just saying, you guys have another opportunity to vote to raise it to $2 if this thing happens to pass.
Yeah.
Okay,
We can act on it, we can act on that proposed ordinance at any time at a regular meeting.
I'm just stating, I do not want it to pass.
Right, it'd be May 13th would be our next regular, scheduled council meeting. All right. Myrtle's got a television program, Anybody else got anything? Again, I encourage you to come on the 22nd at Love's Crossing, just right down the street, at 7 o'clock. We want to hear what you have to say, so please come, and, other than that, that's all I have tonight. Council, anything from you?
Mayor, I got one more thing.
Yes,
When y'all have your meeting down there, are y'all gonna have a sign-in sheet, or is it just gonna be speak when,
for the
Raise your
public
hand.
hearing, there'll be a sign-in sheet and a speaker sheet. Anybody that wishes to speak will have to sign up on the sheet. And we will go right down that sheet to afford everybody the opportunity to speak. Depending on the number of people that sign up, there will be a time limit placed on everybody so that we can get the meeting concluded in a timely manner. I mean, 2 to 3 minutes should be sufficient to get any point across. Yes, sir.
When we're talking about how horrible the landfill is, Mac was talking about the houses built on it. There is a Trussville houses built on it. And there's a big landfill at Trussville. And there's nice houses right up against it. In fact, Don's got a bunch of pictures of it that I gave him a long time ago. I don't know if he ever showed them to anybody or not, but because, you know, the business was at that time was just don't let nobody do nothing. We gotta get into office. And I guess my point is, I don't like y'all telling me what I can do with my property. Because he's been here 30 years. I've been here 82 years. And I don't like y'all telling me what I can do with my property. You do what you want to with yours, but I don't like you to tell me what to do with mine.
Well, if the state
You
has
still
given
got
us that
them pictures,
authority,
Don?
No, sir, I don't.
I didn't figure you did. I didn't think you would have.
the state has given us the authority to do that. and
Yeah, I
the
know it
state
has.
Takes
I
it
know
away
it
from
has.
us.
That don't make me like you.
Yeah, well, and I understand that, and I can appreciate
No,
that.
you don't understand.
Well, I can
You
appreciate
move
that.
out here and get you a house and a little spot of land, and you've got it made. And you don't want nobody else to do nothing because they mess up your little ease.
That's, subject won't be settled tonight, so,
No, it won't.
Tony, all right,
In fact, I
council,
think you discriminate against me.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
all right, Steve made a motion to adjourn, Myrtle is seconded, all in favor? Motion carried. This meeting is adjourned, thank you very much for coming, and